Good, happy Friday morning, February 1st, 2019. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, rash of robberies promote Manchester police to hold crime forum. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9, Siobhan Lopez.
Instead of shoveling snow this season, get your own Kubota BX tractor with your choice of snow removal.
Come through under high stress.
An uptick in convenience store robberies this month prompts Manchester police to offer free training.
We're at 11. 7 were completed, 4 of them were attempted.
Chief Carlo Capano says the numbers for this January are about on track with the same period in years past. In 2016, they saw 17. In 2017, there were 16. Last year, they saw a dip with just 7. Owners and employees from other types of businesses also wanted to learn what they can do.
I figure if I can learn a thing or two, pass it on to my coworkers.
It's scary. It's scary. One never knows, but they always say just let them go. One thing I learned, it's less than a minute. Your life's far more important than that.
Police want store owners to help prevent robberies by keeping their windows clear so people can see inside. Always have surveillance cameras working and visible so people know they're being watched. If a robbery occurs, they should give the person what they want, get a good description of the suspect, and call 911.
Police have to take a little more action.
Habibullah brought up his concerns about slow response times when he's called police about thefts from his store. The chief promises to look into those incidents.
Are we perfect? No. Do I want to be perfect? Absolutely. And we're going to always strive to do better for the community.
We want to work with the department, they can work with us.
The chief says anytime surveillance images are released online or by the media, their crime line gets a lot of useful tips. They're urging the public to continue to reach out anytime they recognize a suspect. Reporting in Manchester tonight, Siobhan Lopez, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. New Hampshire DOT worker injured when ice from box truck goes through windshield, police say. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
Instead of shoveling snow this season, get your own Kubota BX tractor with your choice of snow removal equipment. No other subcompact tractors on the market have.
A driver is hurt tonight after a piece of ice hit a DOT truck. State police say the chunk of ice came flying off a box truck on Route 101 in Raymond around 3:30 this afternoon. The ice shattered the windshield, sending the driver to the hospital with a head injury. Remember, Jessica's law makes it illegal to drive with snow or ice on your car in New Hampshire, and this is a reminder of why that's so important.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And yesterday, when I was driving, I saw a lot of snow and ice flying off of a few cars that were in front of me and things. Please, everyone, remember, Jessica's law is very important. Republican lawmakers threaten to sue over House weapons ban. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9, Adam Sexton.
Strict attention to detail. That's what sets Kubota construction equipment apart. It's
Gun rights activists and GOP state reps hand-delivered the draft of a lawsuit to House Speaker Steve Shurtleff Thursday morning, threatening to sue over newly reinstituted House Rule 63, banning deadly weapons from the House chambers and gallery.
I need to protect myself, my family, my house.
The reps say they'll go to court if Speaker Shurtleff doesn't make some kind of compromise, which doesn't sound too likely.
Will there be any consequences if reps are found to be carrying on the floor?
There will be. There may be a motion to ask the member to leave the chamber until they bring themselves into order before they come back. That'd be the minimum.
The maximum penalty could be arrest and expulsion from the House.
We hope it doesn't get that far. There are brave reps who will continue to carry because their life is more important to them than being expelled.
The weapons ban has been a back-and-forth issue since the beginning of this decade, when Republicans repealed the rule, which dates back to the 1970s. It was restored under Democratic control of the House from 2013 to 2015, and then repealed again when Republicans held a majority from 2015 until this session. Speaker Shurtleff says the rule does not violate the Constitution.
I think the court was very specific in the Heller decision that certain places have the right to keep firearms out, and I believe the House chamber is one of those places.
Gun rights advocates say they plan to give Speaker Shurtleff an opportunity to respond to them before they file the lawsuit in Merrimack Superior Court after the next House session day. In the studio, Adam Sexton, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Largest fatality bus at U.S. border could have killed nearly 56 million people. And let's take a listen to this video.
At Beltade's, customers will find everything they need for a building project. The brand names you trust to perform. And with a fleet of over 50 delivery vehicles, we deliver when and where our customers need them. Beltade's Building Products. 9 locations throughout New Hampshire and Massachusetts.
The drugs that you see next to me were attempted to be smuggled into the United States from Mexico, concealed within a tractor trailer transporting produce. The truck was being driven by a 26-year-old Mexican national. In the interior of the trailer, there was produce, cucumbers. In the compartment underneath the floor of the trailer was this that you see here. This represents the largest fentanyl seizure in CBP history. Fentanyl is 80 to 100 times more powerful than morphine and an extremely strong opioid. I want to express my gratitude to the CBP officers involved in this case and all of the Port of Nogales personnel who selfishly perform their duties with dedication, vigilance, and professionalism, 24/7 by 365, even during difficult times, such as our funding hiatus. Most hard narcotics seized in CBP are at the ports of entry. And that's the case here. Is, they like to use vehicles with hidden compartments that they're able to track, say, instead of between ports of entry. That's my opinion.
Okay, and there you go on that video. Manchester Safe Station marks milestone with 5,000 people helped. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9, Kristen Carosa.
Instead of shoveling snow this season, get your own Kubota BX tractor with your choice of snow removal.
The Safe Station program here in Manchester began in 2016. Since that time, they've helped thousands, and some tell us sitting in these chairs helped save their life.
Personally, for me, it was cocaine and heroin.
Elise Poirier hid her drug addiction for years.
The way that I was living was not healthy, and it starts to consume your life.
She took a step toward her recovery in March of last year when she walked into a Manchester fire station.
I was so scared, and they were all with big smiles. Like it seemed like the last thing they wanted to do was to scare me away.
Firefighters helped her find a bed that night at the Farnham Center.
All of them are just so happy to help, and it makes you feel good, like you're doing the right thing.
Since that time, she admits she has relapsed, but firefighters always made her feel welcome when she came back.
They're not disappointed to see you. They're so happy you're still alive.
You might come through here 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and maybe on the 5th time you get it. And that's when I get those letters just thanking us, saying, hey, you guys were here when I needed it the most.
Fire Chief Dan Goonan says the program, which has helped people from all over the state, even from out of state, could not be successful without community partners.
We couldn't be here without the folks from Farnham Center and Granite Pathways, and the people who are really doing, I always say they're really doing God's work. You know, we get people in here, we get them triaged, we figure out the right place to point them, and they do the work.
When you go there, you can just trust that you're going to be safe. You're going to be somewhere. You are not going to be turned away.
Again, the doors here in Manchester are open 24/7. There's also a similar program in Nashua. Reporting in Manchester, Kristen Carosa, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Amazon stocks drop sharply during earnings call after company warns of increased investments. Amazon reported earnings beat across the border, but first quarter revenue guidance fell short of expectations. It reported earnings of $6.04 per share, beating street estimates of $5.68 per share, according to Refinitiv. Amazon stocks dropped more than 5% in after hours after the company warned of increased investments in 2019. Missing 14-year-old girl found alive nearly 700 miles away from home. A missing 14-year-old girl was found alive in Wisconsin on Thursday, nearly 700 miles away from her home in Tennessee, police said. She had been reported missing earlier this month in Monroe County Sheriff's Office said Thursday night. Police arrested her adoptive father, Rondell Peart, on rape charges earlier on Thursday. Heads up, drivers, more major streets closed today. Let's take a listen to this video from WSB-TV 2 in Atlanta.
much traffic or road work to slow you down right now as we look live at the connector in downtown Atlanta. But this week, more people will arrive in our area for the Super Bowl. Several roads will shut down as the city gets ready for Super Bowl 53. Channel 2's Christian Jennings is live downtown where crews are already starting the work. Christian.
Let the madness begin, right, Sophia? It's hard to believe that Super Bowl road closures will start tomorrow. That's right. Take a look. We are driving around downtown. Over to the right, that's Centennial Olympic Park. This is where folks will get to enjoy free concerts leading up to the big game as part of Super Bowl Live. Now, coming up here, this is Baker Street. We're about to make a right turn, but tomorrow you won't be able to turn right here onto Baker. This will be closed between Centennial Olympic Park Drive and Lucky Street through February 8th. Now, here's a map we made so that you can see other roads to avoid too. Starting tomorrow, a portion of Mitchell Street will be closed between MLK and Elliott. Part of Mangum Street will be shut down, and MLK South will close between Northside Drive and Centennial Olympic Park Drive. Then, starting Wednesday, a portion of Andrew Young International will close. Atlanta residents we talked to said they're going to try and avoid driving downtown altogether.
I would say either just don't come down here, maybe ride MARTA, but definitely use scooters if you're just moving from one part of downtown to another part.
Good advice. Now, there are some closures you need to know about in Midtown, too. We've listed all the closures for you on our website, WSBTV.com. Live in downtown Atlanta, Christian Jennings, Channel 2 Action News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And as you know, all week we've been giving you Super Bowl coverage. So that is your daily Super Bowl update and coverage. What's happening in Atlanta. And that did it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all enjoyed watching, and we'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. And I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.